and welcome to the replay if you're on YouTube. I'm just going to invite a few people on. This is the AstroVibe update. Had a really tender day after the new moon in Sagittarius. I've been clearing and releasing a lot. It's been really beautiful. However, I promised a live yesterday and I ran out of time. I lost track of time, so I didn't end up doing it. And so now I felt bad today because I was up until 3 or 4 a.m. Hi Awakened, nice of you to join. I'm doing a live Astro channeling, AstroVibe update for the week. We'll pull some tarot as well, so feel free to share this as well. Let me know at 1 out of 10 how you're going as you're jumping on as well. I feel really tender, so I want this to be really chilled, and we're just going to go through. I'm going to pull up the charts on my phone and just channel messages straight off of there. But how have you been awakened? How has the new moon been for you? I'll wait for a few more people to jump on. Whew. Mm. 144, I love that number. It's such a sync for me these days. For the last year, it's been intense. Alright, so get the tarot cards ready as well. I feel to pull a card for each of the days. Doesn't really matter if people jump on or not, to be honest. This is just something that I felt called to do for everybody. So if they catch the replay, it's just as good. Yeah. So this, for me, this new moon was on my Uranus. My Uranus is at 1 degrees of Sagittarius and in my 5th house. And I had a beautiful day during it, but then this afternoon and last night or this morning about 5 a.m. before going to sleep, I had a lot of stuff come up about wanting to be a mother and about my own mother. And that's what I've been healing today. So, yeah. Alright. So, we're going to go from the 26th of November because it's the evening of the 25th. So, we'll go from the 26th of November with the Astro. And I'll pull a card for each of the days as well. G-Tab, sister. So lovely of you to join. Thank you for jumping on. And KC Yoga, nice of you to join. Yeah, I'm feeling so super tender, guys. Like, yeah, but I'm in a good space, so I'm in good enough space to do this live. And yeah, it's pushing, or not pushing, I should say, it's me leaning into an edge because I never really like, hi G-Tab, it's, I'm not really one to ever jump on live or do anything online when I'm feeling vulnerable and really tender, to be honest with you. Let's just go forward a few hours and we'll start from tomorrow, which will be the 26th of November. I hope that music is okay as well, guys. So from the 26th of November, this is a 10 a.m. chart. We can have the Sun at 3 degrees of Sagittarius and Venus and Mercury conjuncting still together at 12 and 13 degrees respectively. Now this is going to be squaring over to Juno. And also we're going to be seeing the moon come into 2, 3, 4. Yeah, trine with Neptune and Jupiter conjunct as well. So we're still seeing this quincunx action between the Mercury and Venus, quincunxing over to Uranus and North Node conjunct, okay? So they're still conjunct. Uranus is retrograded now to 16 degrees and the North Node is at 13 degrees of Taurus. I tried to go back through some charts to see when was the last time we had that conjuncting, and it was in the 1600s. So music is perfect. Thank you, G-Tab. Beautiful. So Monday, I just lost my chart. Yeah, so when I look at this chart, we've also got Mars still squaring as well, squaring to Juno. Okay, and the moon is now will be in Capricorn as of tomorrow as well, so coming into conjunct Cupido. I don't know if you can see that very well, but that is the chart from 6. Okay. And when I am looking at this and looking at the aspects that the planets are making, what I'm feeling for tomorrow is, especially because we've come out of that, we're going to be coming out of that energy of the new supermoon. Now this is important because this was the first of 5 new supermoons that we're going to have in a row. So a new moon and a full moon can be supermoons. However, we've just experienced the first new supermoon, and then the next new moon that we have in Capricorn is going to be a supermoon, the same as Aquarius and Pisces, and then Aries. So we're going to have 5 supermoons in a row. This is really, really powerful and potent, especially as a supermoon is, from the minimal amount I've read from it, the supermoon is indicated by the closeness of how close it is to Earth. And in January we're going to be having the closest one. So January, that new moon, that I think it will be in Aquarius. Yeah, it'll be an Aquarius super new moon that we're going to be having. So it'll be the 3rd of 5 that we'll be having in a row, which is very rare. The last time this happened was, I think, in the early 2000s. So, or sorry, no, I lie. I think in 2021 we had, or 2020, we had 5 super new moons in a row, and in 2021 we had 3. So yeah, this new moon that we just had, it's the first of 5. Now when you take that into consideration, considering what Sagittarius stands for and gifts us in our life, it is very much that pushing us forward with that North Node Uranus conjunction, pushing us forward into attaining a certain degree of spiritual mastery. Yeah, so honoring that, grounding that down, and like with the new moons, we always are planting the seeds, aren't we, of what we do want to create and what we do want to be birthing through that new phase, that new moon phase of the cycle, right, of the moon. So with this, it's like the bigger that we aim, yeah, the bigger we aim to bring down the bigger goals into our reality, the deeper the work we're going to have to do to clear that out. And I feel that's kind of what's happened to me today a little bit, right? So for tomorrow, again, looking at this chart, I'm really just drawn to the quincunxes as well that are happening between the Venus and Mercury in Sagittarius, because they have moved into the 2nd degree of Sagittarius now as well, over to Uranus, and that quincunx energy on the Uranus North Node conjunction of Mercury and Venus it's giving me that more of a more forceful pushing energy. Yeah. So whatever it was that you were wanting to birth through this next month, yeah, understand that the groundwork was laid. So with the moon coming into Capricorn tomorrow, okay, and transiting through Capricorn, it's going to conjunct Cupido, and then on the way out it will conjunct Pluto direct, okay? And when it comes into conjunct Pluto direct, which will be, let me move it forward, we'll have a look on the next day, the 27th, it'll come into conjunction, and then on the 28th is when it will move into Aquarius, okay? So I've never done an AstroVibe update like this, so please forgive me if I'm a little all over the place. I just turned the heater off. Yeah, so for the 26th, I feel that it's about making those plans with the moon in Capricorn as well. It's that very Saturnian energy, right? So we want to make the groundwork, lay the groundwork for the next month. And to be honest with you, I feel like that's what I've been doing the last 3 or 4 weeks personally in my life, not just for my business, but for myself on a personal level as well. It's been like a cumulative of a year's work, and this last 3 weeks has been all of business focused, of how can I support the vision that I have for not just Alchemy with Amanda, but for what I want to create for the collective. You know, 15, 20 years down the track, like what do I want to be offering? So this is that groundwork that we're putting in now. So going on to the 27th, okay, the moon is going to come to 18 degrees of Capricorn, so closing in on that conjunction to Pluto. Interesting. Yeah, of course. So as the moon comes through Capricorn, that is going to come into quincunx, which is 150 degrees, by the way, if you don't know. 150 degrees to Mars retrograde. And whenever we see Mars quincunxing any planet, you've got to remember that there's this tension, and not just that war-based Aries energies, but it's that the push and pull energies of the drive of wanting to go and then holding back, right? That is the quincunx. Like, to me, it reminds me of thorn in your side kind of energy. And between Mars and Moon, especially as the Moon's coming on to conjunct Pluto in Capricorn, it can be very, I want to say, like, a lot of repressed anger may come out, is what I want to say, right? So be wary of that on the 27th, of people projecting onto you, whether it be anger or any sort of emotion or perspective, anything like that. Looking at this chart for the 27th, that's what I'm really feeling. Especially as Chiron is going to be coming, like, Venus is trining over to Chiron as well. Yeah. So, 28th. By the 28th, the moon will still be conjuncting Pluto direct, however, it'll be in Aquarius. So an out of sign conjunction is what they call that, okay? And that will be trioctiling Black Moon Lilith in Gemini, as well as Mars retrograde. Now the trioctile is 135 degrees, and again is a bit of a pressure point. So for the 28th of November, what message do we want to give them for the 28th of November? Oh, okay. They're just saying for me to focus on the semi-square action that's going to be going on between Venus and the moon there. And what messages do you have? Because that will be between the 9th and the 11th house as well. Okay. They're saying for the 28th that the message for everybody, general message for everybody is, don't close yourself off to any emotions because of you're worried about the caliber of them. All right? Because the moon will still be in that outer sign conjunction to Pluto and semi-squaring to Venus, and Mercury still conjunct. Mercury will have moved forward and stepped forward through to 16 degrees at this point of Sagittarius. Venus will still be at 14 degrees. They're just saying, don't shut your heart down. Like, they're showing me the Two of Swords, to be honest. And it's like, don't shut yourself down because you're worried about the volume or the depth of charge that your emotional body and is wanting to feel, and that your heart and soul is wanting to feel, because you've got to remember we're clearing out this energy, right? Like the new moon was planting the seeds. So until the next moon in Sagittarius, the next month, this is what we're doing. We're setting the groundwork. So allow whatever intentions you set with the new moon, allow whatever needs to come up and out. It's like weeding the garden before laying the seeds, you know. However, you set intentions at this new moon, and that has activated what needs to happen in you within you and your energy within regards to shadow work and clearing out any limiting beliefs and wounding and traumas, and having that transmuted and healed, so that it can lay a more solid, nutrient-dense bed for what you wanted to plant and what you have planted, yes, with your intentions. So, the 29th. Okay, 29th. We're going to be seeing the moon come in Aquarius, come into conjunct Saturn, okay? Now, this will be squaring over, of course, to the South Node in Scorpio, and therefore the Uranus and North Node. Yes, so Saturn's still squaring this. Whilst this is happening, this is what that Saturnian energy, especially the retrograde energy, is what is really forcing us to look at our day-to-day, look at the structures that we have in place, not just for our businesses, but for our lives, and the way in which that we can cultivate better, I want to say, better formatting of day-to-day outgoings. So it's like, can you give me the correct word? It's like, it's on the tip of my tongue, sorry. It's like a schedule, thank you. So that you can create a better structured schedule, or a loose schedule, so you can still flow with your energies and work with what it is that you want to be doing, but then also making sure that you are dedicated and committed to doing X, Y, and Z on a particular day without causing overwhelm to yourself, and creating space in your life so that you can be in a peaceful, like, you know, an inner equilibrium is what I want to say. So, do you have any other messages, please, for the 29th of November? The sun, it will start coming the sun will start coming over to square onto Chiron as well. Guys, for the 29th. So as this occurs, this is also going to bring that extra pressure to yourself. It'll trine over to that, and square over to Neptune and Jupiter. So that's going to add extra pressure to yourself. Yeah, of your inner world, of your visions, of what you wanted to create. All right? It'll give you the motivation, and they're saying the clarity around how to ground it. So learn to alchemize that pressure that comes with the excitement that we sometimes can interpret as anxiety. Transmute that energy and reshape it and reform it to fuel your creative desires going forward. So in other words, another way to say that is alchemize it to create a path of least resistance for you, unique to what you want to do. Yes, and what goals you have for yourself. All right. So that's going to be your message for the 29th of November. Now the 30th of November. All right, Venus has stepped now over to 17 degrees and Mercury is at 19 degrees, so they're still conjunct in Sagittarius. the moon will have entered 1 degree of Pisces, okay? Now, this sextile energy that we'll be seeing between Saturn and the Sun, yeah, and then from Pisces, it's going to be almost a trine. It's going to be coming onto a trine energy. That will also be fueling this more so as well. Don't get, they're just saying for some of you with the Piscean energies, okay, especially because it's going to be, the moon's going to come through and conjunct Vesta as well as Juno, and then it will conjunct Neptune and Jupiter, okay? Don't get lost in the airy-fairy of things too much. Yes, aim large, but at the same time, ground down through you what you know is possible in the now. And don't upset yourself by not having all of the tools, so to speak, that you need, or all the resources that you need in the now moment. Don't let that upset you or sway you from your vision, but also be very, very grounded in what you do want to create, okay? And what you do want to be experiencing on the day-to-day, all right? What message, please, do you have for the 30th of November? I feel like I'm missing something, guys. Point it out, please. Oh, okay. Okay. They're just drawing me to the sextile energy between Pluto and the Neptune-Jupiter conjunction as well. This is what's going to be also fueling the visions for you, okay? Because it's like, I've gone through many phases and like energies in the last couple of weeks alone with regard to my business, where it's like, I just want to burn the whole fucking lot to the ground, and I want to leave it, and I want to go start something brand new, brand fresh, brand new. Yeah, because of all the Scorpio energy that we experienced. Yeah, so I've gone in and out of that energy. There's something about, for some of you, discern whether or not it is to be burned to the ground and left, or whether or not you have you need to tweak a perspective shift or an energy shift from where you're coming from within your heart space. You know, something for me, it was like I journeyed back with the why, back to my why I started this in the first place, you know. So that's helped me realign and recenter to staying on course, okay? So there's a lot to be said about that. Like when you're getting to that energy, they're just saying to discern where it's coming from and if it's warranted at all on the 29th, okay? Or 30th, sorry, on the 30th. All right, so the 1st of December. All right, we're going to have the moon conjuncting Vesta from Juno, sorry, from first thing in the morning in the rising. And this is at like 10 to 10 in the rising. The moon's going to be therefore in square over to, squaring over to the sun. And so when the moon in Pisces is squaring over to the sun in Sagittarius, this to me is like having the guru on one hand, or the spiritual philosopher on one hand, and like the Wizard of Oz on the other. And they're having a debate, let's call it a debate, between what reality is, yet they're both speaking about two different dimensions. Does that make sense? So it's like, be wary of within yourself as well, but also with other people, with interactions. Yeah, when the sun is going to be squaring over to the moon in Pisces conjunct Juno, be wary of power plays in, I want to say, like, people pedestaling themselves knowledge-wise is what it makes me feel like. Hi Haley, thank you for joining. I'm sorry I haven't been saying hello to everybody who's been jumping on. Hey Les, Junior, nice of you to join. I've wanted to stay on track because I was nearly not going to even do this live because I get sidetracked with the chat. So moving on to the 2nd of December. Alright, we're going to see Jupiter, Moon coming to direct exact conjunction with the Moon and Jupiter. Direct conjunction there with Neptune, of course, at 22, but Jupiter and the Moon at 28 degrees of Pisces. So with that influx, that surge of Neptunian energy on the 2nd of December, again, this is going to be squaring over to Black Moon Lilith in Gemini, and also Hades is involved as well there, being in Cancer. Okay. And the sun is beginning to sextile Saturn as well. Okay, the sun will be at 9 degrees of Sag, and Saturn is direct now at 19 degrees and 55 minutes of Aquarius. Yeah, the further that the sun progresses, the stronger that sextile is going to come on to Saturn, and that will be really beneficial for what we were speaking about earlier on in the week with regards to grounding down structures and getting things set in place for how you can see the paradigm shifts evolving and manifesting in your physical reality. So really becoming the magician in your life and balancing that Guru Wizard of Oz energy in yourself of like, what is tangible and what is real? What do I want to have? What do I want to experience? What do I want to be real? But also understanding that from an energetic standpoint, you create your experienced reality, okay? Yes, there is a lot on the external which sways us, which pulls on us, and can be either detrimental or heavily impact the way in which we are perceiving reality. That is without a shadow of a doubt. However, our self-mastery is in our alchemy. We are the magicians. Our vessels in themselves are a chemistry lab, an alchemy lab, yeah? So by shifting our perspective, transmuting the energies within ourselves, what was triggered, why, how did it come up, what threads were there for us to use that as fuel to clear. You know, there's always going to be a way of shifting our perspective to use no matter what occurs with us, within us, as a blessing and as an energetic fueling for growth and to our benefit as well, okay? This is not wishful thinking. This is holding space for and acknowledging what's coming up so that we can address it, we can face it, and we can use it, okay? So may I please have a message for the collective, please, for the 2nd of December? Thank you. Yeah, this squaring energy of the sun, like the sun coming into square, or I should say it's more Mercury coming into square Neptune, okay, and Venus. Mercury will be at 22 degrees of Sag, Neptune at 22 degrees Pisces. So that's square to Mercury and Neptune. That's going to be really, that's going to be wary of alcohol, addictions, and getting lost in the mental minutiae. Straight up. Yeah, like the sun aspect to coming on to the aspect of Neptune is difficult enough. However, you're going to throw in Mercury and Venus there coming into square with Neptune. This is really going to throw a spanner in the works if you have an imbalanced Neptunian placement or Neptunian energy in your vessel and your reality. So yes, it's very powerful for manifestation and magician work, all right? Neptune squaring Mercury, it's like you got to think of it as a fusing of that broken connection between the mercurial left brain and the Neptunian right brain. Yeah? This is what the fusing of the realities is. And if you look at Neptune, the glyph of Neptune, right, is the trident. Yeah, with the upside down cross. That's because the trident speaks to going up into the gods, into the heavens. Yeah? And then it grounding down through the upside down cross is representative of those visions being grounded down into the earth. Okay? So when you think of Mercury having that, or the horns and the antenna, as well as the Neptune energy, this is why it's an overload energy of cerebral energies. Remembering that when Neptune squares, or when Mercury squares Neptune, this can make people feel very ungrounded and scattered as fuck. Yeah? So focus on your grounding for the 2nd of December. You know, through until, like, even for the start of this week. Oh, wrong pin. Sorry, guys. Yeah, because the Mercury exacts its square to Neptune on the 2nd of December. And from the 29th of November, you want to be keeping an eye on this energy of feeling really scattered, okay, guys? With regards to the Mercury squaring Neptune. It's not coming off that square. It's not going to come off the square until Mercury enters Capricorn on the 7th of December. So I only wanted to go as far as the 3rd of December for everybody for this week, because I will be chopping these up and reposting them on YouTube for everybody as a little mini daily. So the 3rd of December, we're going to see the moon make an exact conjunction to Chiron. Okay, and that will of course be in trine to the sun. So the sun moon trine conjuncting Chiron, it can be beautiful energies. However, the moon conjuncting Chiron is going to make people so super sensitive. So, you know, 3rd of December, again, I think it was from the 1st of December as well, I mentioned about just being aware of people's projections, especially emotional outbursts, like when we experience, that's what it was, when we were experiencing the Capricorn moon transit to conjunct Pluto in trioctile to Mars. That's when we're going to see people flare up in their emotional projection and angst. I feel like more than anything it'll be a projection of angst and inner discontentedness that people are going to try and spew out on other people because they don't know how to deal with what's going on in themselves. Yeah? So I feel that, do we have any more messages please for the 3rd? And keep in mind as well, guys, like Venus and Mercury are going to be transiting Sagittarius conjunct in varying degrees of orbs for this week as well. So make sure that you know which house your Sagittarius is in, all right, in your chart, so that you know which areas that you're looking at, which you will be over-analyzing. That with regard to Mercury. And with Venus transiting Sagittarius, look to which houses you're trying to find a higher philosophical value on of where you are. Yeah? It could be whether you are, where you are physically, or where you are spiritually and emotionally and within relationships and within your grander perspective on your reality and your life, okay? So, how long have we been going for? About half an hour? Perfect. Oh, almost on the hour. All right. So what I feel to do is, I think I've left that song on repeat. I had it on repeat for myself the other day. It's really pretty. That's the name of the song. Can you see it? Yeah. It was really nice and relaxing. It goes for 10 minutes. Alright, so yeah, Reikeha Rakana from Rundas. It's the Alchemist prayer. The universe delivered it to me on autoplay a couple of nights ago. So, I'm still feeling quite tender, guys, to be honest with you, and really chill. So, I really do hope that, you know me, and I don't normally like showing up while I'm in my stuff. However, we got to get on with it, right? So, tarot, let's do some cards, please. Four of Wands. What messages do we have for the collective, please, for the following week? What do they need to know on top of the astrology messages and guidance we just gave them? The Star, the Four of Wands and the Star. That's really beautiful. So lots of healing around the home. Home and hearth, they're telling me. Home and hearth specifically. So the hearth, for those who don't know, that is the front of the fireplace in the home. Yeah, so it's the heart. Yeah, hearth. Yeah, of the home. And the Magician. So Four of Wands, the Star, and the Magician. You've got Aquarius energy, Aries and Mercury energies as well. For some of you, you've got to really keep an eye on that Mercury. As well as I feel for some of you, it'll be coming into conjunct your ascendant or your sun. So, how shall we do this? By element or general? Do general first. Alright, general messages please for the collective for the next week. Yeah, the Six of Pentacles. Stay in balance, guys. Ensure that you're only investing in reciprocal connections is what they're saying here. Yeah, make sure you're only investing in energies in which are investing in you. Don't go chasing after people. Yeah, especially with Mercury conjunct Venus in Sagittarius. It's like, no, we're very much like, hi Unified Astrology, thanks for joining. You just missed the astrology portion. It'll be on the replay though, and it'll be on my YouTube as well. So reciprocal energies for this week, guys, like we just went through from the 26th to the 3rd of December. A lot of it was talking about being aware of projections and things like this. So this isn't just an eye for an eye, but like be wary of what energies are coming at you and act in, thanks for waving. Thank you. Act in accordance with what's in integrity for you and your heart. Don't allow other people's projections to make you feel less than, as well, is what's coming up with this Six of Pentacles. But also there's a big decision time for a lot of you with regards to connections, yes? Because now we have Saturn direct in Aquarius, okay? We are still closing out that cycle from 2020 when Saturn first entered into Aquarius, yeah? And it's not going to be leaving until March of next year. So, there's still karmic cycle or lessons that are playing out within connections. And this card here very much tells me that if you've been over investing in people who are not repaying in kind, it's really time to like cut that out, like you don't have energy or time or space for that. You've got a lot more important things to be focusing on, especially considering the first three cards out were the Four of Wands, the Star card, and the Magician. Like, this is you coming home to your own heart and realizing how fucking powerful that you are as a creator of your reality and as being a soul and heart-led sovereign divine being. So don't allow other people who are, wanting to have a free ride on your coattails here come back into your reality, because they can feel the shift in your energy and they're like, oh, I want a piece of that. But it's like, yeah, well, where were you when I fucking needed you? You know what I'm saying? Like, some people are only around for the party, and some people are only around for a short time or a long time, yeah? Some people aren't always going to be the reciprocal energy that you are deserving of and worthy of. So stand your ground and in your own divine sovereignty, and you get to set the precedent. I posted a week ago or something about don't follow precedences. Don't follow precedents, set them in your life. And this isn't just about making healthy boundaries or anything like that. This is in every area of your life, like career, with what you want for your life, yeah? You set the precedent. You get to set the bar at where people are allowed access to you. So not just boundaries, but like, who do you want in your reality? You want people in your reality who are always going to complain and just want to talk about the fucking weather? Like, seriously, that shit makes me want to claw my fucking eyes out. And this is why I don't jump onto lives when I'm in that clearing and really highly emotional, depressed energy, because it's contagious. And that's not the fucking energy that I want to be delivering to my community, you know? So be wary of those sorts of people of whom you're surrounding yourself with, because that energy is fucking contagious, and it makes it harder for you as a higher vibrational being, because you're creating more work for yourself to fucking transmute for them. Yeah? So cut all the cords, especially be concerning about how much time and space you're spending with people that you're living with who you know are not on your frequency. Okay? But also with the inboxing. Yeah? Clear out your inbox. Delete the messages. Like, if people are not messaging you or replying to your messages, stop fucking chasing them. Make them realize it is actually a privilege to be in your reality. You know? This is where we're at now. The new era that all our leaders are speaking of, you know, it's an era of frequency. And you cannot fake a frequency. Yeah, it can be felt when people come back in for a reason. The agenda is felt, yes? So if it's nothing but, it's only love lives here. And if it's not pure love, don't allow it back in. Yeah? A 6 to a 9, you got to understand, well, this is 15 as well, which is also another 6. But however, 6s are decisions. That's why I'm bringing up the 6s. But the 9 is a completion as well. Okay? 2 of Wands is underlying energy, which is another number for decisions in the tarot. Yeah? You got the World in your hand here. You've got some fixed past energy here that you've got your back turned to, because you know that you've got a freer future ahead of you. So don't go back to stagnant shit from the past. Yeah, the past, the left. Don't go back to stagnant shit in the past where you feel like you're the one pouring in all the effort. You're the one keeping the connection fueled. Yeah? Cut that shit out. If people aren't going to check on you and reciprocate your energy, just stop messaging them. Yeah? And then you will see the truth as well. You know, I think it was in my 20s the first time I heard, like, you know, you've got to give people a chance to miss you. You know, and if they don't miss you, they're not going to message you. But if you're in their inbox every 3 days, you're not giving them a chance to miss you, but you're also making them know that you're always there, is another thing, okay? So no more of that. I don't know who that message is for, but it came through pretty fucking clearly. All right. Other messages, please, for the collective for this week. 7 of Pentacles. So you've gone from the 6 of Pentacles to the 7 of Pentacles. Clarify that 7 of Pentacles, please. Whoa! Clarifying the 7 of Pentacles. The 5 of Swords flicked out with 2 other cards stuck to it. Yeah, the 4 of Pentacles and the Star card. So whoever is watching on this live right now, or comes across this replay, after this whole speech you were just given about the 9 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles, you've got the 7 of Pentacles fly out, which is also, yes, you've invested a lot of time. You've over and analyzed the shit out of the situation. Yes, you've got to keep going, but there are other things that are more important for you to focus on, like your coin. What happens with your money when you're connected with this person? Because you've got all Pentacles out here at the moment. And the clarifier to the 7 of Pentacles is the 5 of Swords, the 4 of Pentacles, and the Star card. So this person has kept you in a cerebral loop, almost like a mental psychosis of not being able to let go of the situation. And it's been, yes, it's been a really healing situation for you. However, there's a lot of light being shed on it. Another way of looking at this, if you wanted to look at this for a business perspective as well, I just got this hit on a business angle for you. Because love and business are related because they're both Venusian aspects, right? If you wanted to look on this from a business standpoint, you've got to let some idea go in order for, you've been ruminating on creating something, but it's old. So you have to let it go and let it grow in order for it to work. Yes? And for many of you, if you're stressing about money, save it until Aquarius season. Yeah? But also, Isis is coming through very, very strongly here, as is Hathor. The Egyptian goddesses. Thank you, sisters. All right? The 8-pointed star is perhaps Isis or Inanna even. Inanna just popped in as well. Thank you. Thank you, sister. Okay. However, if this is love related for you, that you're watching this and this is love related, you need to set better precedences in what you will and will not allow in your relationships, and it's beyond setting healthy precedences and healthy boundaries, in those precedences. It's also about knowing when to cut your loss, because you've walked away here victorious. Hey, Shell, nice to see you, brother. It's been forever. You've walked away victorious, but there's something you're still not letting go of here in this reading with these 3 cards. So it tells me that there's healing still required, especially surrounding an ex whom you're still very much in love with, and you keep offering, even though it causes fights. There's been a lot of disagreements here. This is turning into a love read, but it's supposed to be a general read for the next week. So this tells me here as well, with the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the King of Cups, all right? This tells me you know your goddamn worth of what you do want in relationship, right? So why are you accepting this bullshit? This is fuckboy player energy who'd rather, you know, be with every Tom, Dick, Harry, and Sally, and causes you to keep you up in your head, and causes you not to be able to let go of stuff because of the shoulda, coulda, woulda. It was, for some of you who are watching this as well, I just got told, it's straight up, this was star-crossed lovers energy. So yes, that's Romeo and Juliet, but Romeo and Juliet, macabre, sad story aside, they were never meant to be together. Yeah, that's what star-crossed lovers means. Yeah, you meet, there is an explosion. I'm just getting chills everywhere right now as I'm explaining this to you. There is an explosion because your connection is a major catalytic event in your soul's journey for the pair of you. And then you separate and go your other way. When you try to make it work and you try to stick together, and you try to hold on, that's when you cause the mental dis-ease and neuroses, psychoses sort of energy. And as we saw in the astrology, we're going to be seeing Mercury and Venus come on to square Neptune. We don't need any other external energies adding to what already the cosmos is going to be delivering to us this week, okay? So, Shell says, crikey, you're speaking to me right here. Yeah, you're speaking exactly to my experiences right now. Yeah, you'll have to go back and watch the start of this, brother, when I posted, because I went through the week day by day for the astrology. And this is underlying energies kind of like really hitting on that, yeah? We don't want people external to us who are going to be amplifying what the cosmos is already delivering to us. And I feel like for a lot of people, these last month, especially during Scorpio season, we were made to be by ourselves so that we could learn more about ourselves, so we could heal more within ourselves, so that we can decide on what it is that we want for ourselves going forward, you know. And this beautiful first super new moon that we had of 5, we're gonna have 5 super new moons in a row. This is just the jump. Yeah, this is the start. Yeah. So, final messages, please, for a bow on it. The lovers. 6 again. So 6s are Archangel Michael energy as well. Thank you for being here, brother. Much love. 6s are balance. 6s are decisions. Yeah, so what are you choosing to allow in your reality? Are you buying into the delusion, or are you and the fabrication that the Wizard of Oz is going to try and sell you earlier this week? Or are you believing your own inner guru? You're trusting the triple crown of yourself. The triple crown energy has been coming through majorly for me for like the last 8 weeks. Yeah, that triple crown, the triune, like 1 + 1 = 3 to me. You know, like that triple energy is major, and it's so important. And we are our own guru. Yes, we practice, judgment. Spirit is with you. Like, thank you so much. Yeah, there's another message. All right. Un momento, por favor. I have to look at this card. Thank you. The 5 of Wands is under that. So again, that bullshit, argumentative, wasting time, energy, other people having too many opinions on your life and of what you need to be doing with your reality. Like, fuck that shit. You know, this is 2022. We're almost at 2023. Yeah? We are beyond, 1, giving a fuck what other people think about our lives, and 2, allowing their opinions to sway what decisions we're going to be making in our lives, right? All right. Can you tell me what the message is, please? For some of you who have jumped on the live late, you have to look. He's telling me right now to look at the fire energy. So you have to look to see where Sagittarius is in your chart, as I mentioned earlier when we went through the day-by-day astrology. Look to see where the fixed signs are as well. Not just Sagittarius isn't fixed. Sagittarius is mutable energy, but they want you to look at the fixed sign energy. So that's fire, that's Leo. For some of you, you need to look to see where Leo is in your chart right now as well, and how that is being aspected, what planets are in Leo for you, especially now that we have Saturn direct, okay, in opposition to Leo in Aquarius. Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius are the other fixed signs, by the way. So those are the energies that you want to be looking at. And now that we have Sun in Sagittarius, which is mutable energy, okay, see how you can balance this fixed energy and this stagnant, stuck energy of the fixed energy, right? Look at those fixed signs. Look to the mutability in your chart. So look to Sagittarius, look to Virgo, look to Gemini. Yeah? Sorry, and Pisces. They're just drawing me to all of the bodies coming out of the coffins. For some of you, with regard to ceremony work as well. This is reminding me, like, because if you look at the way the people are facing in the card, it looks like they're in a circle. Like, these people are facing up toward him, and then these people have their backs to us, and they're facing up towards them. It's like they're creating a circle, so it gives me this real big ceremony vibe as well. So what sort of ritual work are you doing? Do you have a ritual? Do you pray every day? For me, I pray every day. I do my ritual every rising. Yeah, I do my ritual every rising and I pray every day, and then I write in my journal and then I do my work. Right? So are you doing your banishing? Are you doing your shielding? Yeah? Are you calling in the corners? Are you setting your energetic space and anchoring your energetic space and shielding your space every day? Because it's so, so important. Yeah? Feel free to DM me if you wish to know about anything like this, and I can help you and guide you on what videos to go and watch so that you can learn how to do it for yourself, okay? Because it's so, so important. But to me, it's like calling on your ancestors, as well as creating sacred space, like a ceremonial space, a ritual space. Yeah? That's what that's giving me the vibe of. Alright. Thank you for that. What else do we have? Alright. Let's give a message for Jupiter direct. Now that we have Jupiter direct for all signs, what do they need to know, please? Because that was the other thing that I wanted to do this live on. And I'm just completely like chill because I'm just vibing after having a pretty heavy day today. But yeah, if you've jumped on late, you'll have to go back and watch the start. Yeah. The replay will be put up onto YouTube with timestamps as well if you are you're preferring to watch that there. And please subscribe to my YouTube and hit the bell. It would be lovely to have you over there. Alright, so Jupiter direct, we just got the Knight of Wands, so surprise, surprise. You got to remember as well, guys, like Jupiter rules Sagittarius, okay? And Jupiter was stationed to go direct, so an amplification energy, whilst we had the new moon, yeah, in Sagittarius. Because the new moon was 9:57 a.m. here in Australia, Australian Eastern Daylight Time, and Jupiter was still stationed to go direct at that time. And Jupiter is, yes, it's abundance, it's growth, it's expansion, it's also like really beautiful ways of expression as well. You've got to remember, like, it's like, to me, it's like erotic, philosophical and emotive expression of, and like depth of, like, just how vast, for example, when you look at the poetry of Rumi, like the vastness of unconditional love and how all-encompassing that can feel. That is also Jupiterian energy to me, you know, because it's that, what do they call it when you're, is it a filiophile? Oh, when you can fall in love with the way somebody thinks, like you fall in love with someone's intellect. I want to say cenophile. Something like that. Anyway, that's what Jupiterian energy gives me the vibes of as well. Four of Swords after the Knight of Wands. Interesting. But that is actually kind of beneficial because you have the youthful frivolity and spark and motivation to have a lot of fun now that Jupiter is direct. But with the Four of Swords, it's like, yes, but we want to make sure that we're utilizing that energy within ourselves as well as creating it from the external. And I just got chills when I said that, so I hope that resonates with somebody. Hey Rizal, lovely of you to join, sister. So Jupiter direct messages for the general collective. What do they need to know? General messages for collective, for Jupiter direct. Yeah, Ten of Swords just flipped out, guys, with the Knight of Cups. So this, to me, goes back to the general reading that we just had as well. This is like ending that self-sabotage nonsense and focusing our energies on offering what we can to our future instead of the past. Because see how he has his back to the Ten of Swords? Yeah, and also the Ten of Swords are facing downwards. So we're ending that pattern and that cycle, that cyclical nature of self-sabotaging energies. Yeah, self-betrayal energies. Underlying energies, you can't make this up. Another 4. and the Emperor, which is Aries energy, okay? So again, be wary of when the moon comes into conjunct Chiron. Yeah, if you go back to, I can't remember what date it was now. I want to say the 1st or the 2nd of December, perhaps, when the moon will come into exact conjunction in the morning at 9:49 a.m. on either the 2nd or the 1st of December. The moon will conjunct Chiron in Aries. And this is when we're going to see a lot of that projection of the angst energy, but also the same as when the moon is transiting Pluto, conjuncting Pluto, intractile to Mars, which rules Aries, Mars retrograde in Gemini. That is also going to be an area, a day to watch out. I'm going to timestamp them below on the replay as well for the people who have jumped on YouTube. Yeah, so one of those days will resonate. This is why I jumped on, because I was not in this sort of energy when I started. I was very, very tender and very, very vulnerable, but I knew that as soon as I got on and started channeling for you guys that I would come good. The Empress, you've just had the Emperor and the Empress come out. So again, Jupiter direct energy is bringing through this knowing what to offer and when to whom. Yeah, not accepting crumbs anymore, closing out cycles where it's necessary, and only accepting divine. Only the divine will do. The divine love, the divine happiness, the divine bliss. This is not ignoring our shadows. This is not ignoring our pain. I don't do that here. I'm an alchemist, yeah? So we know about all of the shadow. We accept the darkness and the light within us, in our totality, right? It's not about that. But it's about, however, it is about setting precedences and planning about what we are going to be wanting for our future and not accepting anything less than. Yeah, holding that line firmly within ourselves and within our energy, and doing all of the healing work necessary and clearing work necessary for ourselves whilst we are either coupled or not, it doesn't matter. But whilst we are building that divine union energy within ourselves, okay, and with our external partners if we have them, or if we're single, we're knowing that we are cultivating the space to be what it is that we want to attract ultimately, because we are setting a high precedent for ourselves. And please remember, I'm not one of those spiritual people who rant and rave about, oh, you have to be healed before you can find a partner and all of that bullshit, because I feel that that deepens wounds and traumas for people and makes people feel broken, when that is not what we're here for. We're here to empower people, and we're here to make people feel exactly what they are, which is loved and unconditionally. Unconditional love that they are. They got to feel that in themselves, yeah? No matter whether they've still got unprocessed trauma or not. Yeah, they are worthy, they are deserving of being loved, and they will and are worthy, deserving to attract somebody who is willing to work through that with them and heal that with them and grow with them. Yeah, so any spiritual, quote unquote spiritual person who is ranting and raving all that bullshit, please be very discerning with what you absorb. We just had the Ace of Wands fly out as well. So definitely lots coming in for all of us. Underlying energies, the Strength card, because once we set these precedences this week on the back of the new moon in Sagittarius, first super new moon, okay, of 5. Once we set the precedences now, we are creating the brand new coming forward, and it's only going to be what we're passionate about, nothing else, okay? We're not falling for fuckboy energies. This gave me, like, they just said the word phallic when I, like, looked at this. And it's like, yeah, like, we're not accepting that I'll take what I can get energy because I'm horny, or I'll take what I can get energy because I'm lonely. It's like, no. Like, we had the 6 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles come out at the very beginning for this week's reading. If you've just jumped on this live now, hi Jade, thank you. Inanna, beautiful. Inanna came up in the channeling earlier, so it's really lovely that you've jumped on. The Six of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles came up earlier for this week's channeling with regard to setting precedences of who and what we will allow in relationships and in connection, not reconnecting with dead, stagnant energies from the past. And I feel that with this Ace of Wands, I feel that somebody might, with Jupiter direct now, people might try and come toward you in that Sagittarius, fuck boy, fuck girl energy, wanting to be friends with benefits, etc. And it's like, well, no, hold on. Like, throughout Scorpio season, I shifted like 3 times. Like, you don't even know me anymore, you know? And there's just no vibrational resonance whatsoever. So when they come back in, pardon me, I just need to grab a drink. When they come back in, it's just going to fall flat, yeah? Because you're on your own new frequency and vibration with spirit now. You don't need your ego stroked anymore because you've done the healing work. You've integrated your ego. You've integrated your shadow. You know how to traverse the full spectrum of the infinity symbol and still straighten your crown at the end no matter what. You can't make this shit up. The Ace of Swords just came out. Talking about the crown. Yeah? So this Jupiter direct energy, once you've finalized and cut off the dead weight and started offering, for some of you, you need to write love letters to yourself. Because they just brought my attention to the wings on his helmet and boot, which is Mercury energy. For some of you, excuse me, I'm going to start losing my voice in a moment. For some of you, start writing love letters to yourself. This Jupiter retrograde, this Jupiter direct energy will really bring it out in you. Because look at all this yellow. Yeah, this is a solar plexus work as well. A lot of clarity. A lot of clarity, but it'll also gift you brand new visions as well of where you can plant for growth. Yeah. And what you do want in partnership. This is old energy. Jupiter direct. As I said, somebody's going to try and come back in. I just get this feeling that for some of you, whether you're on the live now, watching the replay, for whomever this is for, I hope it lands. Like, someone's going to come into your inbox from the past and it's just going to be like, oh yeah, so you're still really in that non-committal energy, huh? And you kind of just want to fuck around and waste time. It's like, well, I don't really have the time for that. You know, what's that? They're showing me that meme right now. If it doesn't bring me peace, bliss, happiness, orgasms, or coffee or something, it's not in my life. Whatever that meme is that's going around. Or finances is thrown in there as well somewhere. You know the meme. You know the one I'm talking about. Don't allow this energy that's being projected at you of being non-committal to take you off your path of what you want in a romantic capacity and family capacity, but also in a business capacity for yourself, for what you're building for your future. Yeah? Because it goes from the Ace of Swords to the 8 of Swords and then the 2 of Pentacles to the 10 of Cups. Sorry, rephrase. 8 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles to the 8 of Pentacles. After the 10 of Cups, which is what you've just got clear on about what you want. And I'm talking about every single minutia of detail. It's like you're writing your Christmas list down for Santa. You know, like, I want to live in this type of house in this part of the world. I want to feel like this. I will wear these types of clothes every day, and I'll eat this type of food every day. My children will go to this type of school, or I will homeschool, and there'll be, you know, these sorts of meals that we'll have and these sorts of events that we'll do each day and blah, 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 blah. Like, you're getting really crystal clear on what your new reality and future looks like. Yeah? You've got it down pat of what you want. Then you get this 8 of Swords and 2 of Pentacles with the 8 of Pentacles energy. So if that's you starting to overthink and be like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. Do I have the capacity? Can I do it? Or if somebody else comes in with that energy and it's like, I don't know if I can match you now. Be wary of that now that Jupiter is direct, okay? Underlying energies can't make it up. 6 of Pentacles. This was the first card out tonight as well for all those who have just jumped on late for the weekly reading. To the Hierophant, and I was talking about the Triple Crown energy as well earlier. Yeah. This directly speaks to the reading for the week. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to repeat myself because I've already, please jump back up on the replay. And then you go into the Death card with the 4 of Cups and the Page of Swords energy for Jupiter direct to the star. So I feel Jupiter direct energy will also, as I was saying with the 10 of Swords at the very beginning, it's going to bring a death of a situation, but you're going to be completely happy and fine with it because you knew it was incoming. You knew it was the healing that was required, the closeout to bring in the brand new. Yeah. Brand new soul connection that's going to come in and help you plan your future now. There's something to do with children as well for some of you, especially if it's got to do with career. It could be, you know, teaching, or it could be, you know, perhaps you're getting a job at a preschool. They give me the word preschool. So perhaps you're working at a kindergarten, or, you know, you're in childcare in some capacity. Yeah. Jupiter season. Well, it is Sagittarius season, so technically it is Jupiter season. Sorry guys. Jupiter direct. It's going to bring a lot of success for you. You just have to make sure that you have a lot of plans. And when Mercury and Venus come onto square Neptune, which was in the AstroVibe update at the very start of this, you don't lose your shit and come off track because of the frantic escapism, I'm feeling delusional energy that Mercury square Neptune will deliver to you. Okay? So we've just had the moon as well come off that square, so that's probably why this last 24 hours as well, you've felt a little bit like, fuck, am I in Alice in Wonderland or Wizard of Oz? Yeah? It's been a little bit hazy, right? After the new moon, like a new moon hangover as well. So stay on track. Don't allow people to come back in from the past who are just going to waste your time. They haven't changed is the message. Okay? Your frequency just keeps nice and steady. Yes, it goes quantum leaps. However, you're transiting, okay, if you want to put it in planetary astrological terms, your transiting of your ascension journey is in one forward momentum. Yes, in leaps and bounds at times. However, other times it may be a lot slower. Your ebbs and flows are perfect for you. Look up Persephone and connecting with Persephone energy, okay? We all have our season. This other person that's coming in seems to come back in to test their frequency against yours. That's the vibe it's giving me, okay? So don't allow that to happen. Yeah? Brothers and sisters out there, set your precedences. Full stop. Okay? Or period, as they say these days. Alright. Before my throat completely dies on us, how long have we been going for? Oh gosh, it's 11, almost 11 here. We've been going since 9:30ish. 9:30, an hour and a half. That's not too bad. We did a week's worth of Astro and we did tarot pool. Yeah, perfect. I really hope that this served. Thank you for everybody who has jumped on and jumped off and everything like that. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you for staying and hanging out, considering, yeah, at the start of this live, I was vulnerable AF and really kind of like, yeah, been processing my own stuff, fifth house stuff, yeah, which with this new moon was on my Uranus placement, so it's been a lot. It's beautiful, but it's been a lot today. Anyways, for those of you who are, you're so welcome, Hayley, thank you for being here. For those of you who are new to my channels on Instagram or Facebook, please visit my profile on ways in which that you can work with me. I offer esoteric empowerment sessions one-on-one, and there is post-session support, which I offer with all of my services, and you also have lifetime access to the recordings that we do on Zoom. There is also my blog, my YouTube channel, and so much more on my website that you can have a look at via the link in my bio. And if you do have questions regarding my offerings, please DM me on this channel here on Instagram, which is Alchemy with Amanda_official. And I'll be more than honored to serve you. There's also offerings in this consult store if you desire as well. So I'm wishing you a most blessed week. I will do my best to post this week. I do want to share about my dismemberment journey, just like little excerpts about that journey that my guides, my helping spirits took me through, as well as some written posts on the AstroVibe update that I feel in the moment throughout the week. And yes, I am really honored to serve. I am on this path for a reason. So thank you so much for being here, and I wish you a beautiful week ahead. And remember to journey gently always, no matter what's going on, okay? You're always held, you're always loved, and yeah, feel free to DM me at any time. I'm happy to link you to guided meditations, etc. if you need them. Alright, peace out for now, everybody. Love, blessings, liberty always. Bye.